Evans. Cho can't clear his lines. Odegaard in for Saka. Straight to Onana. A nice early sighter for Arsenal's number 7.
The Arsenal started very, very brightly. Man United cannot get out, and Saka's picked the ball up.
Gabriel as well, occupied by Højlund. In it comes. Oh, and it was just nestling on the roof of the goal. Gabriel managed to get there ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, it's a decent delivery in there from Saka.
Tempo has somewhat slowed from both sides. It's a warm afternoon out there as Havertz managed to stay onside. Up against Johnny and Evans. Havertz to cut across, and Trossard's there to tap home. Leandro Trossard's incredible goal-scoring run continues. The 5th goal in his last 7 Premier League games, and that means he takes his league tally to 12 this season. It's a brilliant return for the Belgian. Here comes Martinelli. Havertz calling for it. Martinelli may go alone, and saved by Onana. A brilliant reflex stop by the Cameroon international. It's a good ball in too. Pushed away by Onana. Martinelli. Rice can take the shot on if he fancies it. Oh, really caught that one well. Declan Rice pushed away again by Onana.
That's a good strike. Hit the right side of the goal as well. Loads of whip on it.
Welcome along then to the final breakdown live of the season here at Emirates Stadium. We take on Everton today, and it really is simple. If we win and Manchester City don't, we're champions, Adrian Clarke.
Oh, it sounds good, Bright. I like it. Look, it's going to be tough for that scenario to play out because we need West Ham to get a result against Manchester City. But yeah, we just got to worry about our own business, haven't we? Let's win this game and see what happens. I mean, I'm not expecting it. And that's the mindset I'm sort of coming into it with. So if it happens, it's going to feel like an unbelievable bonus. You know, it's going to pure ecstasy. Yeah. But that's kind of how you want it to be.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with you. Not to be too much of a Debbie Downer, but because it's out of our hands. If it was in our hands, I would be supremely confident because for me, we don't lose this game today.
No.
So I'm hoping that there's going to be a slip up in Manchester. I'm hoping David Moyes and the West Ham boys can do us a bit of a favour. And you never know, Clarke.
Yeah, look. They've got a reference point, West Ham United, for the classic away performance. And it's here. Yeah. It's here in late December. They came here, they parked the bus, they packed that box, they got a lot of luck, but they defended with great heart and courage, didn't they, that night? Yeah. And they scored a couple of goals, and they deservedly beat us 2-0. If they can beat us 2-0, they can get a result at the Etihad. Now, that was a bit of an anomaly in their season, but even so, they know they can do it. Yeah. And I also think that Jarrod Bowen and Kudus are two players that can really hurt anyone on the counter-attack. So I've got maybe more hope than some people have that West Ham can do it. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because it's City. They're so professional. Yeah. It's hard to imagine them blowing it. But let's live in hope, shall we?
Yeah. We'll see how we all feel at half-time and how it's going. Should say, we're on air, of course, early today. We're doing an hour and a half, a bumper extended edition show.
It's a special day. Mate, it is a special day. Look, and we got the new clubber on.
The matching gear as well, which we normally completely avoid trying to do. But today we were like, look, it's the new kit. Why not?
I'll take the new kit. Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I love it, actually. Yeah, I really, really like it. I like the blue because it reminds me of '89 when when we won the league back in the day, we had a bit of blue on the top and on the shorts. It's quite retro. I like this. There's a lot of white sort of under the arms. Yeah, I just think it's a really nice looking shirt, to be perfectly honest.
I'll give you a 12.
Yeah, it's decent.
There you go.
It's decent.
Lovely.
What number would you get?
7.
7.
Always. Not
Bright
because
7.
I played as a 7, but just I like the number 7. That's the only
Would you get Bright 7 or Saka 7?
No, Bright. Right. Sorry, Bukayo. You're out. I'm in. Right. We should talk about some of the guests we've got coming up on the show.
Mate,
I mean, and this is. Can I just caveat this with? There are so many people in the building today. This is subject to change. We're just putting that out there. But we've got the Invincibles in the stadium today. There's quite a few of them in attendance, so we should be having a little chat with Gilberto Silva later.
Yeah,
which is
we'll still want to. I think Ray Parlour in the house.
Yeah, Ray Parlour as well. Yeah, that'll be fun. Michael Ward, who's been on the show before, actor in Top Boy. Will Porter as well, also someone who is pretty big on your screens.
Yeah,
he's going to be with Charles Melton as well, who. I'm told. I mean, I've seen him in stuff, but I'm told that we may have to lock the door because a lot of people fancy him.
It's you must have this though in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, for me, normally that's what we have to do. But maybe we'll have to double lock the door.
It'll take me back to my early 20s.
I've heard stories. No, I haven't really, honestly. And we should have some others as well. Roman Kemp, one of the names
just Roman Kemp.
Yeah, exactly. TV presenter and extraordinaire. Right, that's coming up a little bit later on, but we should talk about what happened up in Manchester. It feels, again, I said this to you last week, because it's a week between games nowadays. It feels like ages ago.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, and it was a good win, wasn't it? It was a very good win.
Professional.
Yeah, I don't think we were anywhere near our best. I think it was one of our weaker performances on the road, certainly in 2024. But we didn't have to beat a lot, did we? Manchester United. Although Manchester United in their next game went and beat Newcastle United, didn't they? 3-2. So maybe we shouldn't play it down too much. But yeah, I felt that United were really poor, and that if we'd have brought our A game, we could have won comfortably. The reason I think that we didn't look at our best was nerves.
Yeah,
I think that's totally normal.
I'd agree.
We've not been there before, and we had a lot to lose. We knew that if we messed up at Old Trafford, that was it. And I think that impacted us. And certainly once we took the lead, we were a little bit afraid to take risks after that. And sometimes when you get nervous, your decision making goes a bit funny, and you tighten up, and you look a bit weary. I felt it was a little bit of a leggy performance from us. Today I expect something completely different. I think we're going to go for it, get that hopefully an early lead, and just have a bit of fun.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with how you've surmised that there. I think up at Old Trafford, the team were a little bit kind of worried that if we don't get a result here, we're kind of done.
Yeah.
Our race is run. So we got 1-0 up, and then we kind of panicked a bit. And I think Mikel said something similar, didn't he?
Did it? Yeah.
He essentially said, we didn't react how I wanted us to react when we went 1-0 up. So, reading between the lines, I think that's kind of what
and look, but it's still a ground that we'd won at once in 16 years. Yet we won. It's another clean sheet.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many boxes that were still ticked that day. Even though we felt like we could have played miles better, and that we maybe missed an opportunity to smash Manchester United. Ultimately, it didn't matter, of course, for the goal difference. All we needed really was to be ahead of Manchester City coming into the final day. In the end, they shrunk that gap to 1, didn't they? So it was a bit tight in the end. But that one goal makes all the difference, because if they do draw today, obviously they can't improve their goal difference. We can with a win. So yeah, if they draw and we win, we go above Manchester City. So the goal difference was well worth chasing throughout the course of this season, because it gives us real hope today, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
It says a lot, though, doesn't it? I think we spoke about this after the Manchester United game last week on the show. It says a lot, a place that we've struggled at over the years to get results, because we've won only by 1 goal. We're all like, is that it?
That's it, yeah.
We all wanted more.
Yeah, well, I think we saw it as an opportunity to really embarrass Manchester United and to show the gap between the two clubs and the two teams at the moment. There is a big gap between the quality of Arsenal and Manchester United, but we didn't really show it on the day. But we didn't have to, because it was really all about the result. The performance really fairly irrelevant. I think coming into such a key game, and we got the job done. And I don't think they ever really threatened us. It's a team, like I said, scored 3 against Newcastle a few days later, but we kept them at arm's length. Their XG was very, very low. They didn't have too many efforts on our goal. So yeah, it was a comfortable enough victory, even though we were below our best.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing is, obviously, we didn't get the result that we needed, at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
Obviously, lots to discuss around that game, in the Spurs supporters weren't necessarily...
What were you like when Son went through 1v1?
Mate, I think you put it in... we've got a WhatsApp group, and you put it in the group. He almost never misses one-on-ones.
He never misses one-on-ones. But I was out of my seat, because I was sort of sat there thinking, 1-0, 1-0 down. It's not going to happen. And then he races through, and I'm out of my seat. Go on, Sonny. And then I expected him to score. I really did. But unfortunately, obviously, it was a good save. Yeah. What really sort of annoyed me a little bit on the night was the commentary over here in the UK. Neville and Carragher were basically saying that that's it, he's won them the title. Yep. It's done. And I was really, really hoping that David Moyes, and I'm sure they were, that David Moyes and the West Ham players were watching that commentary, because it was as if they'd done it.
Yeah,
and the title was done, and it's as if there's no game to come. Yeah, there is. They've got to go out there and win it now.
Yep.
They've got to earn it, Manchester City. They probably will, but there is a possibility that they won't, and yet that didn't seem to be a consideration on the among the broadcast team on Sky Sports.
Well, let's just hope they are lapping up humble pie a little bit later on this afternoon. That's for sure. Right, we should get our first guest on, because he is here, and it's a biggie. He's suited and booted. I've got to say, he's going to make us look rough as you like. He's a knight of the realm, and he's got more gold medals than I can count on my fingers. So Mo Farah's here, everybody. Let's bring him in.
Here you come, Mo.
Come on
Great
in.
to see you, mate.
I've got no hands free, but we just bump elbows. There we go. Good to see you, Mo.
See you.
Yeah. Suited and booted for today as well, looking sharp.
It's someone special, so have to look sharp.
Love that.
Yeah.
How are you feeling ahead of this? Because it's a great day, because obviously we've taken the title all the way down to the final day, but equally I feel a bit nervous. I don't know about you.
No, honestly, as I said, it's nerve-wracking for all of us, because again, as I said, we never thought it's going to come down to this day. We're so close. Obviously, City are in it for a good shot, and then Arsenal as well. And as overall, what? It's going to be nerve-wracking for a lot of us. But again, with the team, what they've done this year, it's been incredible. Honestly, if you would have sat me down last year or the year before and you say to you, you know what, you're going to come here toe-to-toe with City, last day of the Premier League, everybody wouldn't believe you, and now we're here. But then again, you know what, anything could happen.
Yeah, it is amazing that the improvement in the team, Mo, has been just extraordinary. You know, because we were so far away from the likes of Manchester City, yet in the space of 2 years we've closed that gap. Have you dared to dream about what might happen later today?
Honestly, I'm lucky to be here. But honestly, as I said, you can't get too excited, and with the team, what they've done, and you know how we, you know, with the invisible, as you know, how many points are we behind? What is it? 1 point. 1 point behind.
The Invincibles have basically got the best total, but this is the second best. You know,
if we win today, we go 1 point within the Invincibles, but we would have won 2 more games.
I know, and again, it's just to show you that it's still got a young team as well. You know, Saka, Martinelli. So many, even Ramsdale, obviously, we started off, and then with the new goalkeeper, a lot of changes. But overall, I think what Arteta has done himself with that team, build an incredible team, a young team. And again, you know, at times, I'm an athlete, and I've been there. You know, sometimes when you haven't been to that position, and you get close to it, and you're like, yeah, it's okay. But you don't know how to act. Yeah. And again, it's like, you know, when you get to that point, it's a way of you approaching it differently and going, you know what? I'm here. I've been here for the last couple of years. I believe in, and then that belief comes from yourself with the club. You know what the team has done. But again, overall, to see a young team to come this close, wow.
And look, even if we don't win it today, I feel super confident the next year or the year after. It's got to happen, right?
It's gonna happen. Honestly, I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge Arsenal fan, but to see what I've seen in this team. And the players that, you know, what they do on this pitch, honestly, it will come. It might not be tomorrow, it might be
keeping an eye on this sprinkler. Again, sorry, Mo. I think you're good. Carry on.
Yeah. It will come. But I think it's just been patience and us, you know, believing the youngsters, you know, the team. And I think what Arteta has built is an incredible team. But then again, how do we hold on to this team? How do we keep growing? That's the question as an Arsenal fan. And I think in myself, as I said, I've been here where the club, you know, I'm bringing my son, he's crying, he's going, Dad, I don't want to go to the game because we're going to lose. You drag him along because I'm a huge fan. You do, and then you overcome. And obviously last year was a huge year, and this year again.
I was going to say, I bet he's not saying that anymore, your son, you know what I mean?
Can I go now? Can I go? No. It's not your turn. You waited.
Do you know, it's a good point you make about the team being young, but also, let's not forget Mikel Arteta himself in terms of, like he's, you know, there's players that are still, you know, playing at his age. From where we were to, you know, where we are now, since Arteta's come in, what a job he's done.
No, he's done an incredible job, Mikel Arteta, honestly, as I said, because he's been there and done it, right? When you've been there and done it and played for the club, and you come in, it's a different respect. You know, players see you like, he's done it, he's been there, he knows what he's talking about, he knows what he's talking about. And sometimes, you know, again, it takes, obviously, as I said, when Wenger was here, it was different approach. Yeah. And what we did with Wenger was incredible. And ever since then, he hasn't been quite the same. And now who? Mikel. And honestly, as I said, like, when you see that team talking and you see the players, you look in his eyes and look at the team, they believe in him. And when you believe in the manager, you love him, and actually what he's saying makes sense. It's easier. And again, it's just building that trust. And I think we got the trust, we got the team. Now we're going to get it. We're going to get it.
Well, look, your own career is sort of, in a way, a reference point for the team. Because, like, you've been around that home straight in major tournaments, maybe before you started to win all the goals, where you just fell short and you looked at that finish line and you thought, I'm going to make it. Someone's beat me. And then eventually your moment came. You know, I suppose what advice would you give to the boys, you know, ahead of today maybe, or just if it doesn't work out today, to give them that belief that it will happen?
No, honestly, as I said, overall that we should be proud of the boys. No matter what the result today is, we should be proud for where we got to. And secondly, even myself as a career, you know what, I won the Europeans. And I went to the world stage, and the world stage, last 200 metres, everybody got past me, and and you panic, and you go and then you look back and go, what can I change? What could I have done? And I think the players need to do, as I said, as a team, we know what we need to do. But sometimes, you know what, you might have come up with the best tactics and you put yourself out there, but you lose, right? You couldn't do anything because better man won on there, and you got to respect that and move. But again, as I said, you have to be motivated, and we've got a team that are hungry, are motivated. Some of the skills I see in, Martinelli, Odegaard. What a player. Good. And I said to my kids, like, wow, how does he make it look that easy? And the reason why it become easy, a lot of hours and a lot of training's gone into it. You know, and when you see something, it's like, yeah, that's easy. It's never easy. You kick a ball here, at that speed they're going, and control that. And honestly, as I said, over the years, I love to play football. I was never good.
I played with you.
Got a bit about. I've heard about this. You two played
I'll
in a match.
let you into a little secret. I was a teammate of Mo Farah. You remember the game at Barnet? Yeah, the Legends game. Yeah. I'll never forget that. He didn't remember playing with me, I'm sure. But there was Tony Adams was there, wasn't there? We had a really, really good team. There's a full house as well.
2011. Yeah, 2011.
And I was very scared because obviously, Samo was at the peak of his powers.
For 8 million.
I couldn't believe you played. Because I couldn't believe you played because we played a young team that were quite aggressive, and I was thinking, oh no, what if someone tackles you? So
I love it, honestly. It was experience, and I think when you put yourself out there and you do events like this. It makes you more appreciative. Like as a fan, you've got a lot of fans here today, and thinking that. But when you're in that scenario, it's different. And again,
it looks easy watching it from the side. It's not so easy on the pitch.
Yeah, totally.
It's never easy. Telly makes it look easy. You come and do it right here. Yeah.
I'd love to, but I would definitely fail. Mo, we couldn't have you on without. With all our guests, we get a minute to win it. It's a game we've been playing all season, and it's essentially all you have to do is try and predict the first minute, what minute the first goal is going to be scored in. So, any minute that springs to mind.
Odegaard.
Yeah.
32.
32nd minute, and you've gone for
So
Martin
seconds
Odegaard.
Or minutes?
Yeah.
Or seconds?
No, the minute, the minute.
32 minutes.
The 32nd minute, Martin. You've gone for a goal scorer as well.
We've
I like
locked
that.
it in. We've locked it in.
Odegaard. So what did I say, Martinelli? I mean, Odegaard.
Yeah. All right.
We heard it here first, yeah?
Well, Samo, lovely to see you. Like I said, you're looking very sharp today. I haven't got any hands.
What's your opinion?
What's our opinion?
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we'll win, and I think we'll win comfortably to 0. I think City will win, but there's a part of me that's dreaming of a 2-2 at the Etihad. I think West Ham have the ability to hurt them on the counter. Yeah. I just hope that they bring their game.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we might get a 0-0 at the Etihad. I just feel like West Ham, the longer they can keep it 0-0, it gets nervy, and we'll be 3-0 up here by that point.
We'll see you on the pitch.
I'm gone all out. I'm going City. Yeah. Losing.
Ooh.
And Arsenal here coming in with a win. I'm just saying. West Ham is the last game is David Moyes, right? The boys would probably go out and go, what can we finish with? Yeah? I'm gone from that angle. City, listen. Yeah.
Well, listen, Mo. If you've got the phone number of any of the West Ham boys, just drop them a text and tell them to be totally up for it. Mo, lovely to see you,
mate. All the best. Enjoy the day, mate.
Legend, absolutely, and a real life legend.
Oh,
you know what I mean,
absolute sporting here.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us, especially here in the UK, will ever forget watching Mo Farah win those gold medals. There's sort of thing that are in, sporting history forever. It's an amazing achievement.
Yeah.
His entire career, but what he did around London 2012 was just extraordinary.
Yeah, and you can't see, but he's just behind the camera taking loads of pictures with loads of fans who've been waiting patiently for him as well, which is lovely to see.
Yeah. He's a good guy as well.
He remembers the match.
Yeah.
Remembers the match. Come on, you've got that in your locker for the rest of your life, mate. We're going to quickly run through some Breakdown Live awards.
Oh,
now.
okay.
But we'll rattle through them just
Yes.
because we've got to head upstairs. So what we're going to do is we're going to do goal of the season, and you've picked out Declan Rice against West Ham.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Declan Rice against West Ham. It was a great game, of course. Fantastic win. it's iconic goal for him because he scores it at the London Stadium. I mean, there's been some great goals. I think Eddie's goal at this end against Sheffield United, where he sticks it in the top corner, was fantastic.
Yep.
I think that there was a goal from Ødegaard against Wolves, brilliant 1-2, and a cut back for Ødegaard. It was beautiful teamwork. But yeah, Rice for me against West Ham.
Yep. Okay, so that is our goal of the season, moment of the season. It involves that man again.
Well, look, he did cost a lot of money, didn't he? So, you know,
we got him half price, though, according to the fans.
We did get him half price. For me, I think the moment of the season was Rice's winner at Luton.
Yeah.
It was extraordinary scenes. It reminded me a little bit of Reece Nelson's goal here against Bournemouth. You know, we should never have been in that position where we were chasing the game against Luton, but that's the way it worked out on the night. And just the way he popped up at the end from Ødegaard's cross was mega, really. And the scenes with the celebrations I thought were great. My second favourite moment was when Jesus ran through and just checked back, and Dalot came sliding all the way around to about where we're stood here for that goal against Manchester United. That was a really, really good moment. As was Martinelli's winner against City, of course.
Yes, can't forget that.
Yeah.
But interestingly, even though Rice has taken goal of the season, moment of the season, he doesn't get your player of the season award, Clarke.
No, he's second.
Right.
He is second for me. He's been brilliant. Absolutely awesome, Declan Rice. I've got honorary mentions for Saka, another great campaign from him. William Saliba, Gabriel.
David Raya.
David Raya. I mean, they've all played well. Ben White's had a terrific season. But my top three would be Saka third, second Declan Rice, and first the captain Martin Ødegaard. I just think I've enjoyed watching his performances so much this season. I think he's been extraordinary to watch. Just a pleasure. I think we're watching a player that's at the peak of his powers, that is so comfortable with his game, and I think he's been sensational. And I think he's unlucky not to win Footballer of the Year, full stop.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. He's been unreal. Right, we are about to do a runner shortly, but in the meantime, we need to get Clarke's question across for you. So, this is a good one. I like this. So, what was our score on the final day of the 1998-99 season? The last time we took the title race to the final day. So I'll tell you that again. What was our score on the final day of the 98-99 season? That was the last time we took the title race to the final day. You'll have to cast your mind way back for that, and we'll reveal the answer once we get up to the My Arsenal rewards box. But right now, we're going to head over to Nicole Holliday, who is down at the team bus arrivals.
Thanks, guys. Yes, I am here at the players' entrance, waiting for them to arrive. Any moment now, they'll be coming off of the bus behind me, walking past and through to the dressing room. I can hear the supporters outside singing, chanting. They are so excited. So am I, because today, guys, this is a huge game. Arsenal versus Everton, and the final day of the Premier League season. And I don't need to remind you, there is so much riding on this. We could be crowned Premier League champions here today in North London. Can you imagine that? Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that. But of course, it does rely on our friends down the road, West Ham, doing us a favour and drawing with Man City. We'll take that as well. Okay, the team are coming past. Mikel Arteta there. Who is next? Some of the coaching staff. I cannot imagine how these guys must be feeling right now. Like, surely they didn't sleep. Martin Ødegaard, captain over there. They all look really serious. And I'm trying to not put them off, but, you know, they're going to go into the dressing room and get into the zone and get ready for a massive game. Whilst they do that, I'm going to head into the media lounge and stress eat some cake. But for now, let's hear from the boss in his pre-match presser.
Well, Mikel, biggest, I guess, week of your career, few days of your career. You always said that you sleep well, but how do you think the nerves might be on Saturday night? Because on Sunday you could make a bit of history.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest weeks for sure for many of us, and certainly now is the most important moment. Really excited, can't wait for Sunday to be in front of us, and obviously very optimistic as well with the possible outcome.
You talked last week about the idea of visualisation and lifting the trophy and making sure your players were on board with that. Did you have to lift them a little bit on Wednesday morning after what had happened? Just sort of set them out again and say, you know, this is possible?
obviously the hope is there, and it didn't happen, and now listen, we have to do our job, which is going to be tough because Everton in a really good moment. So we're gonna have to prove again that we can be better than the opponent and win the game. And then we have to wish for the best. We have to wish for West Ham to have a really good day and help us to fulfill our dream. That's what we're hoping for.
And I know David Moyes has been important for you in your playing career. I wondered if you had a little message from him or had a little chat to him on this week, because he can do you one big favour, can't he?
Yeah. No, I don't think I need to do that. But he's been instrumental and so important in my career, not only as a footballer but as a person as well. So he could help us to fulfill our dream and my personal dream as well, to win the Premier League. That would be unbelievable. I'll always be in my memory, that's for sure.
It's hard to predict what happened, but it happens on Sunday as it unfolds. But knowing you've kind of got your scenarios, and I wondered what sort of messages or ways of dealing with that pressure on Sunday that you've spoken to your players about, because they're going to sense what's happening in the other game, aren't they?
Yes, but the only thing that we discuss is, we have to give ourselves the opportunity to live a beautiful day on Sunday, where the dream is still alive and is possible and is football. And once we are there, we just have to live the moment. And the moment is going to be to play like every single week, understanding that, for that dream to happen, we have to win. That's for sure very certain. And then we have to hope again for West Ham to help us to achieve that dream. But that part is on us, and is the only thing that we can focus on.
And just finally, for me, if it isn't to be on Sunday, what's the one thing that you're proudest of this season?
I can't think like this. I just think that we're going to win the game, and hopefully something beautiful is going to happen. Let's wait.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
You use words like you're really excited, you're optimistic. Do you sense that around your players as well, around the squad?
I do, and around the building. Jesus, we are in the last day of the season, playing for the Premier League. The Premier League trophy hasn't been yet at the Emirates Stadium, and that stadium was built almost 20 years ago. So that's a long, long time. So yes, we have to be very optimistic. The trophy is going to be there, and it's possible. And we have to do our duties, and then we have to wait and see what happens.
History is against you. I think this is the 10th time that the Premier League title will be decided on the final day, and on each of the previous 9 occasions, the team that was top has gone on to win the title as well. Are you sort of banking on the law of averages, says that some stage that's going to have to change? And
that's not going to change, you mean? It's a probability, no? The more something happens, more probably that something else can happen. Let's wish that that's the case.
We've seen in the past Manchester City have been in this position. They've managed to get over the line, but they've wobbled, as we saw against Queen's Park Rangers, we saw it against Aston Villa. Does that show that this sort of occasion can get to a team, even like Manchester City?
It's really difficult to beat any opponent in the Premier League, and when something is at stake as well, obviously that task becomes more and more difficult, but that's not in our control, that's for sure.
I think after Manchester City got the win the other night against Spurs, a lot of people were talking about they've got one hand on the trophy and so on, almost talking as if the job was as good as done. Is that a little bit disrespectful to West Ham as well, as you say that in the Premier League you still got to go out and win these matches?
I don't know. We all know that they were a little bit a step closer, that's for sure, because it's one game less and they have to play at home. But they're going to play a really, really tough opponent. We have suffered this season over the last few seasons, really tough to beat them. And again, I'm sure they're going to be very at it, and hopefully they can help us to achieve our dream.
Of course, we know about your relationship with Pep. Has there been any communication between the two of you?
No.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hi Mikel, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Last time this season. You've won championships alongside Pep at Manchester City. In your heart of hearts, do you think they will lose on Sunday?
I don't know, lose or draw. This is what we need, that's for sure.
But you know how, when they get on this roll of winning games and with the Championship in their sight, they're almost impossible to stop.
Well, if I don't believe today, imagine how much I could believe in August then. Because then, from August, 38 games against Manchester City, what they've done in the last 12, 13 years as a club, what we have done in the last 20 years in the Premier League, we have zero chance then. We cannot start like this. We have to believe, for sure.
Is it ironic that two of the clubs in this country that mean so much to you are involved, or two people, David Moyes and Everton, are involved in you getting your dream on Sunday?
But that's the beauty of this industry, that you come across with people that you had experience in your life, that they've been super important for you personally, and now, yeah, you need something from them. So hopefully it will happen.
And if it doesn't, I mean, obviously you hope it does, and you have to stay positive. Has this season still been a success? I mean, to get 89 points is still incredible.
Yeah, but we are here to win, and that's my aim, and that's the only thing I'm thinking of.
And if I can just take your mind off the title race for 1 second, VAR, there's going to be a vote next month from clubs about whether VAR should be abolished or not. I mean, you've had your run-ins a little bit this season with VAR, should we say. What is your anticipation of how that might go? What would you personally like to see, or do you not think we can ever get rid of VAR now we've never got it?
I haven't been part of those meetings, so I want to have a meeting with the club next week and understand where these points are coming across, what happened in the last few weeks to get to this position, and then we will decide what our position is as a club and see what happens.
You'd like to put your point across to the club before they go and vote?
Well, first of all, I want to understand, because I haven't been part of those meetings, so they will explain us what happens, what the points that they've been discussed, the reasons why, and what's the general feeling as well. And from there, we'll make our own decision.
Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
There you go, the thoughts of the gaffer then, and we've made our way to the My Arsenal Award box. And as you can hear, the atmosphere in here is, I mean, you can tell it's the final day of the season, and you can tell we could be potentially lifting the Premier League trophy at the end of the day.
It's a champion crowd,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah,
it is a
really
champion crowd. I love it. Look, we're excited, aren't we? I mean, it doesn't get any more exciting than this. We've not been involved on the last day for so long. So let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the ride, and hopefully, come 6 o'clock, it's gone our way.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Right, we should do the team news straight away, I think, because that is out. So if you, we'll run you through this quickly. David Wright in goal, of course. Then it's White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Tomiyasu at the back. Rice, Partey, Ødegaard in the middle, as is. Trossard, then Martinelli in for Bukayo Saka, and Kai Havertz completes the set. Just an honourable mention as well. We've got Urin Timber on the bench, which is great news. But yeah, Martinelli comes back in. Bukayo Saka with a slight muscle issue.
Yeah, look, if he's not fit, he's not fit. It's a real shame, because he's such a stalwart, isn't he? You know, Bukayo Saka he's always there. He's an ever-present, really, and it's unusual for him to miss any game. So yeah, I feel for him, because he'd want to be a part of it today. He's been brilliant all season, of course, but if he's not right, he's not right. So we just have to take that one on the chin. And at least, you know, we've got someone of the quality of Gabriel Martinelli to come in. What happens? That's the big question for me. Do you keep Trossard where he's done so well off the left, and bring in Martinelli on the right, where I think he could be, as effective on the right as he could be on the left? Or do you flip it around, because Trossard's maybe the slightly more versatile player? I would personally keep Trossard where he is, because I think he's nailing it when the ball comes across the face of goal onto that right foot or left foot. He's so comfortable with the pitches at the moment. He's scoring the same kind of goals. So I would keep it, but it's a toss-up decision. You know, it doesn't really matter. In fact, I'd quite like to see them have a little rotate during the course of the game, because I don't think either of them would say that they're at their best in Saka's position. So maybe the fairest way would be just to sort of rotate it through the game and keep Everton on their toes.
A little bit of chaos, as you like to say. But that's the thing, isn't it? You know, we've got players now who, and you know, I don't want to name drop, but I sat down with Mikel this week. And
Unbelievable.
We're good mates. I should say Edu was there as well, didn't I? Anyway. Enough. But
what they say? What they say?
Well, I didn't speak to them about too many things. But one of the questions that I asked Mikel as part of the Q&A, this was, by the way, it wasn't me just quizzing him backstage, but I asked him about the fact that he loves a versatile player.
Yeah.
And that's what we have now. We've got players who can play on both sides. Yes, they're predominantly better on maybe one side more than the other, but they can do the job if they need to.
Yeah, and it's what it's all about. Look, if you look at City, they've always had players that can play in different positions as well. Not that we're trying to copy City, but they are similar styles of play. I just think in the modern game, you need players that are versatile because players don't stick to their positions. There's so much rotation during the course of a match, positional-wise, and players have got to be comfortable to receive the ball anywhere on the pitch. So it doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, the interesting thing about the team selection here is there's no Jesus. Now, Jesus, of course, kind of got the nod in those big games, didn't he, when... Was it the Etihad? I think he played at the Etihad, didn't he? Yeah. In a wide role. So it's interesting that he's gone with Martinelli today rather than Gabriel Jesus, who's more than comfortable, of course, on the left or the right. So he's just fallen away, hasn't he, towards the end of the season? Yeah. Gabriel Jesus, which is a pity, but that's still a strong 11. And look, I think the idea will be that we're hopefully winning comfortably, and then towards the end of the game we can get Yuri and Timber on the pitch, and he can get an unbelievable ovation. That'd be part of the plan, I think.
Friend of the show, by the way, Yuri and Timber. He's on the minute to win it board.
Pretty good at predictions. Yeah, he's there. He is near the top of the leaderboard. 3 minutes away, wasn't he?
Yeah, maybe Mo Farah might pip him today, though.
Yeah, he was so good. He was so good. He wanted extra time, didn't he?
Yeah. He didn't want to leave. He should be up here co-presenting the show with us. Why not? Well, listen, our audience here are fantastic today, and if you want to be part of the audience and maybe next season, there's a voucher code which is going to appear on the screen. Now, how many points is it? How many points? 100.
Yeah,
it's middle of the road.
Yeah, it's all right.
We've seen 200s this season.
We have, but maybe if it all goes our way, they'll just double it later on today.
Why not? All you need to do is put that code into the portal and you can redeem those points. Right, let's get back to Clarke's question. I don't know if you guys heard it. I'll read it out for you again because hopefully someone in here might know the answer. What was our score on the final day of the 98-99 season, the last time we took the title race to the final day? So there's people rubbing their chins and everything.
It's not too many oldies, is it? Yeah, Aston Villa.
Yeah, wasn't it? 3-1.
No, 3-1. No, it wasn't 3-1. We didn't win the league that day, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Manchester United beat Spurs to pip us. No one? No. 1-0. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Classic scoreline, guys. Come on.
Yeah, Kanu, I think midway through the second half, Kanu scored. And look, we did our bit, but it wasn't to be. Obviously, that was the treble winning season. What was fascinating about that, looking back, is that Manchester United finished 1 point ahead of us on 79 points. We are on course for 89 this season. So, that's the famous Manchester United treble winning side of 1999, won the league on 79 points. We finished second on 78. It's harder at the moment to win the league because of what Man City are producing.
Well, look, at the end of the day, you lose a couple of games in this league and you're like, well, that's it, we're done. Whereas back in the day, you could afford to lose, 5 games, 6 games or whatever, and it was fine.
We were unbeaten that season at home. We lost quite a few away games. We drew a lot of games away from home. Weren't that great on our travels, yet we're 1 point away from winning the title. This season we'd be lucky to get fourth with that kind of points tally. So things have changed a bit. It's not easy to win the title at the moment, but look, as I said, we could by the end of today be champions, which is just amazing.
Well, one of the side effects that comes with that is there's a little bit of nerves, around the place. Yeah. I don't know about you, but obviously every fan's different. You seem quite buoyant and confident, but you speak to some other fans and they're dead nervous about it. So,
but what are we nervous about?
Well, I guess we're
not seeing us play this season.
We're nervous. We're not nervous about this result. That's not what I mean. I said to you earlier, I think that Arsenal fans are very confident about this particular game, but we're just nervous about what might happen at the Etihad.
Yeah, but I don't feel nervous about that because I think I know what's going to happen at the Etihad. So it's out of our control. Like, what can you do? I'm expecting them to thrash West Ham. Anything tighter than that is an absolute bonus. And I still think it is a possibility.
Are you trying to reverse psychology? Is
that
that's how I feel.
I just think let's not allow. I'm not allowing myself to assume that City are going to mess up today. I'm going to do the opposite. And then if it happens and they do mess up and we deliver, then just the feeling we're all going to have is going to be off the charts good, isn't it? And that's how it should be, I think, on the final day of the season. So I don't think there's anything to be nervous about. I mean, I'd be nervous if we're not winning the game coming into the final 10 minutes or so. You know, Everton are quite a stubborn team, but no, I think we should just enjoy the day and look what will be will be.
Well, what a season it's been as well. We can't ignore that. We keep preaching on this show about, you know, it can, because of the title race, you can easily be distracted from the fact that we've just had a fantastic season.
It's been glorious. Look, 27 wins, could be 28.
Come on, reel them off.
Yeah.
What you got? Come on.
No, I'm not reeling them all off. Unbeaten against the Big Six.
Yeah.
You know, 6 wins, 4 draws, no defeats. I mean, a few years ago, you know, it'd have been the opposite, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so...
Winning more games than the Invincibles.
Exactly, yeah, that's fantastic.
Can't hear you because you haven't got the mic, but winning more games than the
There is
Invincibles. The mic is about now, though, so if you do want to jump on...
Yeah, you know, so many good moments. We beat City finally, didn't we, here at Emirates Stadium. That was a great moment. We smashed Liverpool. We obliterated Chelsea. You know, been some great moments across the season. The thrashings away from home. You know, we actually went to various places and obliterated them. I mean, it's been just ridiculously fun, really, this season. And yeah, we deserve to be champions, but unfortunately, you know, there's 2 great teams, and only one can get that sort of mantle.
I mean, you know, you mentioned quite a lot of the accolades that we've ticked off the box so far this season, but you know, there's standout players as well. We went through our Breakdown Live awards earlier, and you picked out Martin Odegaard as your player of the season, but you know, honourable mentions to the likes of Ben White. I mean, what a season Benny Blanco's had.
I just love him. Yeah, great personality, but he's also, his performance levels have been just... He's 7 or 8 every week. When does he have a bad game? No. Ben White. When does a winger tear Ben White apart? You know, it doesn't happen. And this is a centre half. Remember, playing at right back. Well, actually, I think it's changed. I think it's a right back now who can play centre half. You know, I think he's so comfortable. Look, let's get the mic out there, right? Give us a name of your player of the season.
Player of the season.
Because it's not an easy one.
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Okay.
I think he's underrated as a centre back. I think he played for any other team in the league. People will be talking about him as the best defender in the league. Yeah. And I think he's just been insane. He's just been insane. He pops up and he gives you a goal when you need it. He's strong. He leads everyone from the back. He's just... What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
A great personality as well. Yeah,
it definitely leads from the front as well, doesn't he? Just in terms of, like, I love it when he makes a tackle, a challenge, and he celebrates it like a goal. You know, I love that stuff. And he's the kind of guy leading the charge when it comes to that.
Yeah, loves a block, doesn't he? Yeah. He's had a terrific... It's a good shout. I mean, this is why this season's special, because we could all name someone different and they're all worthy. Nakira.
I'd say Saka is my player of the season. I think people sleep on Saka. They think that because he does what he does week in, week out, that the minute he doesn't do it, it's like, oh, he's having bad form, this, that and the other. I think it's a travesty that he wasn't in Premier League Player of the Season. That's absolutely outrageous to me.
He wasn't in the shortlist, was he?
But yeah, they don't call him Starboy for no reason.
Listen, no one else has got a sauce at Nando's.
I'm
just putting it out there.
It's not bad either. Who's had it? Anyone had it? Yeah, I've had it.
There's no Phil Foden sauce, is there?
No, there isn't.
There's no Foden.
It don't have the same ring to it.
And by the way, Saka's had his best season, hasn't he, statistically this season? Yet he's sort of, you know, nowhere near in terms of when people are naming the Player of the Year. He's not getting that much of a mention just because everybody else has been so good. So, yeah, that's just 2 there, Gabriel and Saka. But, you know, Wright is a massive candidate. Obviously, Odegaard was my pick. But, you know, Saliba, White, there's so many.
Yeah, Trossard even, I mean, he's had a pretty unbelievable season as well, considering, I keep going on about, I feel like a broken record, but I feel like Trossard is one of the best bits of business. We got him for so cheap in comparison to, you know, what Chelsea paid for Mudryk.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was the conversation we were in, and we went in a different direction, and look how it's paid off.
Yeah, he's our Freddie Ljungberg, isn't he? He's that guy that's sort of a little bit unheralded, that comes in and just keeps popping up and scoring important goals. So, yeah, Leandro Trossard. No one's scored goals at a faster rate than Leandro Trossard for us this season. No one's had a better conversion rate than Leandro Trossard this season. So, you know, when we're talking about Player of the Year contenders, he should be in the mix because, you know, inside the final third, that key part of the field, he has been our most devastating player. So yeah, he's been brilliant.
I'll have to agree. Right, we should ask an ex-player what he thinks of Leandro Trossard, and maybe some other things as well. He played number 14 for Arsenal. He's been on the show before. He's a legend. It's Theo Walcott, everybody. Great to have you back, Theo, mate.
Oh, nice to be back. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I mean, what an occasion. You know, we've taken it to the final day. This is what Arsenal fans wanted, and we're living the dream.
Do you know what I wanted, though? I didn't want to wear the shirt. I wanted to wear this, but yeah, all good. Yeah, it's really nice, eh?
Yeah,
I really like it.
Play your cards right, you might get one.
Here we go. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, so it's so exciting. It doesn't get much better than this. Obviously, we'd like to be in control of our own destiny, but it's, you know, to take it to the last day, I think against this Man City side, it's an achievement in itself, right?
I think it says it. You know how we've been this season.
Yeah.
Just to compete with Man City, who are just relentless, aren't they?
Yeah.
A special team, but we've had a really special year. I think to just take to the last day. Of course, not in our hands, but look. Things happen in football, strange things happen, and I'm sure something strange will happen at some point today. I'm very positive. I think that's the best way to be, right?
But look, on the counter-attack, we said it downstairs, West Ham have got players that could potentially hurt them on the counter, haven't they?
Yeah, well, on the journey this morning, me and my little guy there, and my other son, we've sent a message to Prowsey, just to say, make sure you get a result today, otherwise I'm not going to speak to you again.
Did he get back to you?
He did. He's going to try his best. He's going to try and score a free kick, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, that gives us hope as well, you know.
He starts, by the way,
he does start, yeah? Okay, good to know.
In the 11.
Yeah, happy days. But yeah, we've got to take care of our own business, of course. But are we pretty confident? I mean,
I think so. I think being at home, sun shining, I think the support here has been absolutely incredible. I think it's very, very different to when I played. Look, when I played, it was, of course, very special. But something about this atmosphere now that, like Mikel sort of brought, you know, it's incredible. I think that's a big factor. It's a big factor in this team. I think we'll dominate the ball. I think Everton will find it hard today.
When it wasn't so good, I don't want to be too negative, but when it was tougher, how much of an impact did it have on you boys? Was it something you talked about? Was it just a sort of feeling you have inside? You're a bit more on edge in terms of, you know, you've got to please the supporters. How hard was it?
To be honest, you go on a football field, you have a job to do. So we had a job, and we would at times, yes, it would be difficult, but of course we were Arsenal Football Club, and we expect to be at the top, and we weren't quite, but we managed to do really well. I mean, I was in Champions League pretty much every time I was here, so I was quite happy with that. But like I say, the team has to go through a change, and you look at the likes of Man United right now, they are really sort of in a transition, but Arsenal now are, it's an absolute shame. So Arsenal now, everyone needs to try and compete with Arsenal and Man City, because we're the only team right now, and obviously Liverpool as well.
Are you a good watcher, Theo? And what I mean by that is, you know, as a former player, when you used to play, you were in control of something. You know, now you're here watching. Do you get more nervous kind of in the stands than when you used to play, or is it the other way around?
I really don't get nervous, no, because I just can't control that. Look, I can't control it. I enjoy the occasion and sort of being in the moment, but like, I've had that sort of pressure and that stress, so I sit back, relax, let those guys face that stress now and pressure. So that's how I see it anyway. But enjoyment, I enjoy it differently now.
And look, no matter what happens today, look, we're all hoping for, you know, what we're hoping for, but no matter what happens, what a successful season this has been for the team. And 2 on the trot, yes, we may have fell away a little bit at the back end of last season, but the growth is there. From taking it to the final day this season, the next thing is winning it next season. So, you know,
no pressure, guys. Look, that's the improvement. Like I say, we see each and every year teams they improve, right? But we are now at a level where I expect people are going to want to beat us consistently. I mean, it's been a fortress here as well, but. Look, I think whatever happens today, you've got to give your hats off to the players, the staff, the manager, the fans, everyone, because it's been a great achievement for everyone who's been involved.
Yeah, they don't need to beat themselves up if it doesn't go away today. It's been an unreal season. Really.
No, of course not. No, look, I've just look for the positives, and there's plenty of them this year.
Yeah, and I tell you what, there'll be some players keen to join us, I think, this summer. I mean, what an attractive club we are at the minute, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to come out of retirement and join that. Look, it's a very attractive club, being in London as well, of course, but not just that. Mikel Arteta, he's doing a great job. He gives the opportunity for younger players as well. It has a philosophy of playing, a system. But yeah, it's a good place to play your football, that's for sure. It's a good time to be here.
Well, listen, the biggest moment is if you look here, Theo, top of the leaderboard, minute to win it. The last time you were in, you predicted, I can't remember what game it was, forgive me, but you said the 14th minute because obviously your number.
It was Liverpool, I remember.
Liverpool?
Yeah.
There we go.
Liverpool.
Good memory. And you got it right, so just for you. There we You said you wanted it.
I did. There we go. Look at that, Ollie. It's cool, isn't it?
He's got one of his own, hasn't he?
He's got one on the way, hopefully. Yeah? We'll put that on, eh? We'll put that on.
I mean, Walcott on the back, though.
Hey, this is the authentic version as well. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, he's got the proper one.
Yeah.
Showing us up now.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice one. Right, let's hear it for the gentleman, Theo Walcott. Absolute legend. Nice one, Theo. Lovely to see you.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. Thank you.
A legend. You know, such a nice guy as well, and a brilliant player, brilliant servant for the club.
Superb. We watched him so many times over the years, so many goals, so many breakthrough. You know, so many times he ran through that offside line and converted goals. You know, did the breakdown for donkey's years, of course, and so many games where you sort of analysing Theo's performances, and yeah, he always chipped in, didn't he? He always chipped in with some big goals, some big moments, and I think he was happy with that. He's happy with his little prize, wasn't
well, he had his eye on the shirts the minute he walked in. It's almost like he was tipped off. But yeah, love it. Theo Walcott is just one of the many guests we're going to have on the show today, by the way. So there's a few surprises for you guys. Believe me, it is a real revolving door of guests. But we were just running through some honourable mentions for players. We did Trossard. I wanted to make sure we mentioned Kai Havertz, though. He's really turned it around, hasn't he?
Yeah, because nothing came easy, did it, at the start? And it could easily have crumbled because the supporters were... it was audible. You could tell that they were frustrated with him and they weren't sure about him. And if we can tell, he can tell. So for him to sort of battle through that and just, I was really proud of the players for the way they rallied around Kai. They sort of put their arm around him and said, look, we got you, mate. We believe in you. They gave him that penalty. And it was just that goal at Brentford, wasn't it, where he popped up at the far post. I thought that was the turning point for Kai Havertz. Winning goal late on in the game. Since then, he just hasn't looked back. I think he's been a sensational signing. He looks made to wear the Arsenal shirt, doesn't he? And he's going to be very, very important for us today.
You can see just over your shoulder there, Danielle Carter used to play for the Arsenal women in there. Everybody's in attendance today, it would seem.
They're all here today.
And we've got another guest who's in attendance. You might have seen this man on your screens in some pretty big films. Let's hear it for Will Poulter. He's already got the new shirt.
How are you? Come on.
Now, jump into it. Now, you said to me, showing off your guns. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Look at that. Wow. Good to have you here, Will, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
As a lifelong Gooner, you must be feeling like the rest of us, just buzzing that we're in the title race on the last day.
100%, man. Yeah, I think whatever happened today, I feel so proud of this group of players over the last 2 seasons in particular. I'm trying to keep a kind of like glass half full, mentality.
Trying.
Hoping for the best, but whatever the result, just very, very proud of the fact we're in it until the end.
Right, absolutely. What with your sort of lifestyle and the filming on occasion and stuff, how hard is it to get to games? And do you have a ticket, or do you sort of have to beg, steal, and borrow when you're in London?
I'm never too proud to beg, steal, and borrow. I try and never miss a game. When I'm in the States, I'm up for the early ones.
Oh, really?
And, the nice thing is you can always find a Gooner bar wherever you are in the world. So I make that the first point of contact anytime I'm somewhere. And been able to keep up with virtually every game this season, and what a roller coaster it's been.
Yeah, it's been sensational. We were talking earlier. We did our kind of little breakdown live awards, and Clarke gave his Player of the Season to Martin Ødegaard. Just wanted to know if you would have gave it to somebody different, or I mean, there's so many players that you could potentially give this award to.
It's wide open.
There really are, yeah. I mean, it's hard not to kind of introduce a sort of top 5 conversation almost when you think about best players of the season. Gabriel and Saliba just immense, particularly as a partnership. Ødegaard, I cannot disagree. I think Rice has been exceptional, but I wouldn't disagree with Martin. He's been so wonderful, on and off the ball. Exemplified brilliant leadership on so many occasions. I think brought the best out of Havertz and virtually everyone in the team. So don't disagree with that.
Yeah, and the scary thing is, he's in his early 20s. He's still only 24, I think. Most of these guys should, in theory, get better. And I don't think this. Some people would say, "Oh, this is your year." City they've missed De Bruyne for half the season. Haaland's been out injured. I had that question put to me earlier in the week, and I said, "Whoa. Yeah, they did, but this team is not going away. This isn't our one shot at it. It feels to me like we're going to keep the team together and build on it. But I'm expecting this time next year for us to be in the mix and the year after, right?
Absolutely, man. Particularly when you think about the injuries we've had as well. You know, like Partey wasn't playing for long periods. You know, it's gutting to see that Timber couldn't be part of the squad for virtually the entire season. Vieira too. So, you know, we've had some bad luck go our way, I think, as well in terms of injuries. And yeah, really excited for the future. Again, I think regardless of what happens today, every Arsenal fan can feel really, really excited about the fact that, you know, we've been pushing a incredibly good team. You know, the best team in world football right until the end, and also, you know, they haven't beaten us this season.
Yeah. Well, you a player yourself? You do?
I played a little bit.
Got the build for it.
Badly, but enthusiastically.
Who would you liken yourself to in this?
Oh my gosh, it's funny. I was short at school, so my nickname at school was Little Will. So I wasn't barging anyone off the ball. And then I think I grew, but my fitness didn't grow with my height. So I was like a very, very lethargic holding midfielder, which is basically just unfit human, basically, when you're a non-pro. So yeah.
Right. Well, you've been spreading the word of Arsenal everywhere you go.
Yes,
so much so that you've brought a couple of friends today, haven't you? So who have you brought? Who's in the building?
Yeah, I'm initiating my friends Charles and Farah into the Arsenal fan club.
Charles, good to see you. Good to see you. You've got the shirts and everything. I love this. You'll have to share one mic, unfortunately, because the budget couldn't stretch to 3. So Charles, was it Will that got you into this then? What's the story?
It was Will. I mean, I remember we were having dinner and we were all talking about a lot of cool things, and Will had this laptop right there watching the game. He goes, yeah.
Oh, whoa, at dinner.
I love it. But you're hooked, yeah?
I'm hooked. I mean, I'm a gooner. You know? This is the biggest game in 20 years, I think.
Yeah. He knows.
Right? I mean, come on, Tottenham, you know?
He's been briefed. Is it both of you two's first time here?
Yeah, this is my first game ever.
First game ever?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, been an Arsenal fan ever since. So.
The right answer. You picked a winning team as well, because there was a time, will I tell you, there was a time when we weren't winning all the time like we are at the moment, that's for sure.
Yeah, you couldn't give tickets away at one point, no.
Well, listen, I'm going to get a minute to win it from each of you. I know it's the last game, but we're running out of space on the board, but I want to do it anyway. It's basically, what minute do you think the first goal is going to be scored in? Theo Walcott's already won, so that's kind of done, but we're just doing it for fun. What minute do you think the first goal will be scored in? Any minute.
I'm going to go Arsenal in the 19th minute.
19. So you're going for the 19th minute.
19th minute. Yeah.
Charles?
I'm going to go for Arsenal in the 14th minute.
That's what Theo went for. That's what he won on. His number.
Yeah.
Farah?
10 minutes right off the bat.
10 minutes. So we've just gradually gone down. Well, listen, if we win the Premier League trophy today, all 3 of you are welcome any time to come back. So just make sure you give us a shout. Let's hear it for our guests. Absolute legends. Nice one. Good to see you.
Have a great day, mate.
Good to see you, man. Take care. It's a revolving door. Hollywood in the building. Look at that.
Is
you know? Hollywood.
If we're going to go Hollywood, we might as well go Hollywood on the last day of the season. It's the good lads are keeping it real. You know, I think they're going to have a good afternoon, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Right, we do actually have some analysis to do.
Oh, do we?
Yeah,
okay.
I know, right? I know. Can you believe it? We've got things to talk about for today's game. It's all because it's such a carnival atmosphere. It's almost
Don't worry, there's not that much.
It's almost like the Emirates Cup. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's have a look at today's number. Let's start there. Why not? It is Clarke, the number 22.
Yeah, look, no club has won their final game of the Premier League season more often than us. We've done it 22 times. And what's even better than that is that we've done it 12 times in a row. 12 years in succession. We've won our last match of the season. A lot of the matches have been here, funnily enough. We've seemed to end most campaigns at Emirates Stadium. And we've got a habit of winning them. I think the last team to beat us on the last day was Birmingham.
Oh, terrible team.
I mean, they're awful, aren't they, Birmingham?
Producer Callum's a Birmingham fan.
Yeah, I mean, they're absolutely shocking, Birmingham, but they did beat us, back in the day, back in the olden days. But no, we tend to thrive on the last day of the season. Let's hope that we do that today. I mean, look, Everton are solid, but their away form against the better teams is pretty patchy.
When you talk about Everton on the last day of the season, I just can't shake that famous Tony Adams, Steve Bold's Tony Adams. You know what I mean? The statue.
That's the statue.
It's an iconic moment.
Iconic moment, yeah. I just left. I'd left the club the year before, so it was really weird sort of watching it on the TV because I so wanted to be there and be a part of it. But yeah, I remember the goal, the game. You know, we thrashed them, and then that fantastic sort of half volley from Theo. Yeah, sums it all up. Yeah, it was a golden time, wasn't it, for Arsenal? And I noticed a lot of shirts on the way into the game today, coming off the train. With 98 shirts, a lot of fans still got them, and
superstition runs deep.
Yeah, I think so. I think a few people have got them out of the old loft, and thought, I'm going to wear that one today.
Right, in the words of Davina McCall, do you want another guest? Would you like another? Right, he's a content creator. He's been on the show numerous times. Let's hear it for Sharky. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Everyone's in the fresh kit.
Yes, had to, of course.
What do you think of it? You like it?
Yeah, I actually do like it. Maybe when I put it on, I was like, I like it even more than when I first saw it.
Yeah.
But I do like it a lot. I'm going to miss the gold.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss the
gold.
gold.
Over there.
Yeah, I'm going to miss the gold.
Yeah,
hello.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. I recognize a few faces already.
Yeah, it's a who's who today. Yeah. But yeah, what a show we've got. You know, it's a special day, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a good day for us all. The weather's nice outside.
Yeah.
Like, I got here like almost 2 hours before kickoff. Earliest I've been here all season, and it was pumping outside. Everyone's
just
outside.
To soak it in?
Just soak it in. You know, it's like I want to be able to enjoy this whole day. So if we do it, I can say I was here early. I enjoyed the whole day. I met a lot of people. The weather's good.
Yeah.
When we do it, there we go. Look, they're already changing my mentality. When we do it.
One thing's for sure, there'll be a lot of people that'll be staying very late after if we do it.
Oh my God, yes, of course. I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. I don't think I'll even end up back home. Yeah, I'm not going home. I'm staying on the streets till the parade.
Sharky, I know through the stuff that you do, you've managed to connect with some of the players over the years. Have you managed to get a message to any of them? You know, not that they need it because Mikel's very much that guy. But
no, I mean, I was tempted. I was very tempted, but I didn't even want to just say anything to anyone. I didn't message any player. Actually, that's a lie. I spoke to one.
Okay.
But because I saw him in person. But I didn't want to message anyone because I was like, when we do it, then I'll send a million messages, probably like voice notes, crying and stuff. So.
Send them from us as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Picking no Saka today. That's a real shame, isn't it?
That was a surprise. I knew he took a knock, but I didn't know it was that bad.
No, he never misses a game, does he?
He doesn't.
But look, Gabby comes in, and I mean, I don't know. What would you do? We were just debating it. Like, would you keep Trossard where he is, or would you put Martelli on the left, Trossard on the right?
I feel like they're going to interchange a lot.
Yeah,
I think
exactly
Gabby and Trossard will swap around. I think they'll swap around, and then Jesus come off the bench. He can play on the right as well.
Yeah.
I don't have any worries today. I think we're going to win comfortably.
Okay, yeah.
It's just obviously we have to. The other result goes our way. So that's really it.
Come on, you
I keep doing this with all of our guests. We did our breakdown live awards earlier. Clarke gave Odegaard his player of the season.
Nice.
We'll do a different one.
Okay.
We gave moment of the season to Declan Rice, his goal against Luton.
Oh yes.
Have you got a moment of the season? And you can't say when we win the league. It has to be one that's already happened.
Oh, moment of the season. Declan's against Luton was good. Thanks because West Ham was good. I mean, because I've got to be quick. If I had a lot more time to think, I'll think of something.
Sorry, I've sprang.
I'm just gonna say like when we beat Man City here, Martinelli.
That was a big moment.
A big moment.
Man City,
to get that off our backs as well, like constantly getting beaten by them, to do it here in front of our supporters and stuff, it was brilliant.
Exactly.
That was special. It was a special moment. And the roar was great. We had a little deflection as well. We had a little bit of luck finally, didn't we, against Manchester City.
Sometimes that's what you need. That's what you need sometimes.
We went route one. Do you remember? We sort of knocked it
it
long.
was all the subs that were involved in the goal.
That's right. Yeah, it was Tommy Asu. It was either left back and suddenly he was a centre forward. It was a little bit of chaos and we undid them. So it was fantastic.
Exactly.
Good choice.
Well, listen, Sharky, it's always a pleasure having you on the show, my friend. Hopefully the next time I see you, we'll be kind of madly hugging because
I'll be crying. I'll be crying. I'm going to be crying. When we win, I'll be crying.
Yes. Let's hear it for Sharky, everybody. Good to see you again. Good to see you, Sharky. Oh, wow. Like you said, revolving door. I'm sure there'll be more as well. Right, I suppose we should talk about our opponents today. Everton, we've barely mentioned it because it's...
it feels like we don't need to spend quite as much time as normal talking about the opponent, the game. But look, we have got a team to beat. We've got to do our bit. we're saying, you know, I'm out there saying City's not won it yet. They've got to go out and beat West Ham. Well, we've got to go out and beat Everton, who have only let in 49 goals this season, which is remarkably, this blows my mind, it's 6 goals less than Aston Villa, who are just qualified for the Champions League.
Yeah.
You know, so this is a team that knows how to defend. So it's not necessarily going to be a 4-5-0 today. This could be hard. You know, it could be hard to break them down. Jordan Pickford's had a good season. Bramthwaite, the centre half, big guy, decent player. And this is in open play. And this is an even better stat. Look at this. Goals conceded in open play. It's the same as Manchester City.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's remarkable. So, you know, for them to have not let in more goals, you know, the Manchester City in open play over the course of the whole season.
Especially because they've been down the bottom as well, haven't they?
Exactly, because they're not brilliant, are they? Let's be honest, Everton. I think that shows how awkward they could be today. I think most of their clean sheets, most of their better defensive performances come at Goodison. Away to the big boys, they've sort of lost by 3 on average. So, and they've blanked a lot in terms of they haven't gone away to the big teams and scored. So hopefully it'll be a nice comfy win, but they know how to defend. So we've got to respect them.
How do you think they'll approach this one today, though? Because, you know, a lot of people talk about games at the end of the season, if players are on the beach and all the rest of it. But the way I see it, and, you know, tell me if you disagree, when you're going for the title, I think teams want to stop you, no matter what.
Yeah, kind of.
Leah Williamson just walked past your shoulder there.
I thought that was. And Leah Valti,
Got on the wall.
There she is. Yeah, like there's a bit of professional pride that kicks in. Oh, let's be the ones to stop them, and you're hoping that that's what West Ham will feel. For Everton, nothing to play for. You know, they might blood some younger players towards the end of the game. You know, so excuse me. We'll have to wait and see. But I think that I would expect a professional performance, but you know they're not going to be that committed, are they?
Yeah. We should talk about set pieces. As you just dived out of the shot there, that was actually quite funny to get some water.
Particularly cough.
We should talk about set pieces because you know, Everton pretty decent.
Very good. Yeah. Look, wouldn't surprise me if a set piece was scored today. We've been brilliant at them all season. We know that. 20. You know, it's a brilliant achievement. You know what Nicolas Jove has done with the team, from corners in particular, has been awesome. But look at Everton. You know, look, they're a big team. You know that Sean Dyche is a manager that works a lot on dead ball situations. So, look, let's hope that they don't get too many corners, not too many free kicks today, because if they do possess a threat. And the one thing that doesn't get talked about, you know, everyone says about Nicolas Jove, mastermind of the attacking corners. Well, what about the other end of the pitch as well? And we could get some numbers up on the screen shortly. I thought we were going to see some numbers there, but here we go. Set piece goals against. So look, City are very, very good. Look at that. Manchester City only 2 goals against, but only 6 for us. Now people will say, well, yeah, because we're a great team, not many opponents are getting that many corners and free kicks against us, and that is true. But I still think to only concede 6 across a campaign it is a pretty good effort. So yeah, look, let's you know. Yeah, let's hope. I'd love to see a score for a set piece today, because it kind of puts a nice little full stop on what's been one of our big strengths this season.
Considering where we were when it comes to set pieces as well, if you think back to just, you know, maybe 3 seasons ago, you know, 3 or 4 seasons ago, it felt like every set piece against us was going to be a goal, and whenever we got a corner, it was like, well, you may as well go and get a drink because we're not going to score.
What's happened is we suddenly got massive players all over the pitch, and that makes a huge difference. Really, you know, we were a small team, weren't we? When Theo played, you know, Theo's not particularly small, but they weren't a big team, were we? Had, you know, Cazorla, Wilshere, even the centre halves weren't very big, were they? Koscielny, Vermaelen, guys like that. So, but now, I love it. You know, you see 6'2", 6'3" players everywhere you look, and I just think that makes such a difference. You know, whether you're defending free kicks, whether you're attacking them, we intimidate you. You know, because because we've got, they can, if they've got 4 big players, they'll mark up our 4 biggest. But if we've got 7 or 8 big players, then someone's going to be spare, and I think that's really helped us this season.
Yeah, when you actually think about it, this is kind of the closest we've been in terms of success to those great Arsene Wenger sides, and it makes sense because those great Arsene Wenger sides, they had big players like
Massive
Emmanuel
players.
Petit, Patrick Vieira.
We had a presence, didn't we? Yeah, we were like, stare down the teams in the tunnel, and would definitely intimidate them before a ball has even been kicked. And I love that when we saw that earlier on in the season, the images of our sort of defence standing at the front of the line, looking across at the opponents. I just thought that was iconic in a way. Yeah. And I love us having that presence, that aura, and I think we're going to keep that for a few years now. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that Mikel has cultivated a side deliberately that is big, that will intimidate opponents. Because physically, Arsenal haven't been the best down the years. We were. It was what we were all about back in the in the 90s. Yeah. Very resilient and strong. We had courage and heart. But then we went all fancy down, didn't we? We got all the little skillful players. And now we've got a lovely blend of the technique, the technical players, but also the brute strength, and that's why we're such a top team.
And it also helps that we've got players who can whip the ball in, accuracy. Declan Rice, not necessarily what he was signed for, but he can whip it in proper.
Who realised such a good set piece take? We knew he's good at everything, isn't he, Declan Rice? He's one of those annoying players in a way that he just doesn't have any weak links. But the quality that he brings in from the corners is superb. Bukayo too. So we'll miss that today, won't we, from Saka? But look, it's all come together nicely, and we are the set piece kings this season.
Yeah. Right, time for another guest. When he's not presenting the One Show, he's here at the Arsenal. It's Roman Kemp. Good to see you, mate. Stuff in the middle. Lovely to see you again, Roman, mate.
I raced here. Lots of people want to come on the last day of the season.
Yeah, right. The guest list that we've had in here has been a revolving. You followed Theo Walcott.
I'll see you later. Theo was here.
Will Poulter as well.
Okay, right. It's funny, all those all the celebs turn up when there's something to be won, isn't there?
It's nice to see you.
Where were they in the trenches? Where were they?
To be fair, you did come on. Was that this season or last season?
Last game last season.
This game last season.
Right. Okay. Last game of the season again.
Yeah.
But as we've been saying all the way through, what an occasion! The sun's shining. We could be Premier League champions in just over 2 hours' time. Could be an amazing day.
Some fella's literally just dropped his water. It's so hard. It's like a day that I've dreaded, but also I love. It's great. I think I saw, it was today. It was like 25 years ago. It's been 25 years since we can say on the last day of the season that we've been in it, and I think it is. Sometimes those moments you take for granted as a football fan. Oh, here he comes. Hello. Mr. Ray Parlour saying all sorts. I can't believe Ray Parlour's wearing a West Ham shirt.
I mean, fair enough on today.
Yeah. But, it's been 25 years since we've had a moment like this, and I just think you've got to enjoy it as a fan.
Absolutely got to enjoy it. What do you love most about this Arsenal team, then? Because everyone said we're so proud of the team. We are. What is it? What is the part that you love the most?
Declan Rice. No, do you know what? I just love that we've gone back to that thing of I remember growing up when I was a kid. It was all it was just the Bergkamp era, Henry and Vieira, and it was that thing of each week it was going into, are we going to win or are we going to draw? Yeah. And then this new generation kind of came through, and the younger kids that were growing up, they were like, God, supporting Arsenal's horrific. Do you know what I mean? It's horrible. But now we've gone back to it where we can enjoy it and we can watch games like this and show people that want to play for the badge, which is, well, I say badge, canon now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Your dad in attendance today as well? Obviously, I know he's a big gooner.
Yeah, I mean, today is one of the first end of season games that he's missed. He believes that this season, the last time he was here, we lost against West Ham.
Right.
And so he's purposefully boycotted the game.
Fair enough, I say. Good on him. He's banned himself.
Good on him.
How you getting on, by the way, with the Lions?
Yeah, good, man. It's nice. Yeah, so I stopped radio, and it's so nice. And to be honest, it gave me a chance to, especially at the back end of it, going to some of the European away games, going to see Porto away and Munich away, both horrible circumstances, but no, really good, mate. Yeah, I just, to be honest, my life revolves around this club. That's it.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, listen, Roman, we'll get a minute to win it from you anyway. What minute is the first goal going in today's game?
8 minutes.
8 minutes, yeah.
8 minutes.
Gone early?
No messing.
Yeah,
right,
8 minutes.
like that.
Yeah. I think gone early, yeah.
I can hear you're being heckled from outside the room.
Yeah.
So let's hear it, everybody, for Roman Kemp.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Roman. Lovely to see you. And we're going to do a quick substitution, although it might be quite dangerous. Who knows? We've got a couple of invincibles in the house. Let's say hello to Ray Parlour and Gilberto Silva. Good to jump in the middle. Yeah, in the middle. Ray, good to see you again, Ray. Yeah. Right, Gilberto, we'll start with you. What a day. Before we even talk about the Invincibles, what a day this is today. You know, Arsenal could be Premier League champions.
This is what we are here for. Wait for them to win. I think this is the most important thing. And then we have to believe that everything is possible in football. This is what us Arsenal strive for, to believe and to work hard to make the things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a special day, couldn't it? And a special day for you guys? A little bit of a reunion going on?
No, it's great to see the guys. I mean, Gilberto, I called him the invisible wall back in the day. Because he was always in the right place at the right time. He'd done a massive job for the midfield for Arsenal, alongside Patrick Vieira. So, absolute legend, Gilberto. But what can I say? It's a really nice time because Arsenal are going on the up. You know, and whatever happens today, I expect Man City to win pretty comfortably, but it's been progress this year, which is the most important thing. The young players now have got to learn from this and go next season, another year, and hopefully they can do it next year. But look, football's a funny game. Things can happen, and if it does, then great. I will go home about Tuesday if it happens.
Yes.
But
I believe that as well.
We are proper. Like, I celebrated when I won the title back in the day. But I'm a football fan now, an Arsenal fan, so I'm going to be certainly out till Tuesday if they win it tonight. So let's hope you guys can come with me if you want. No problem. I don't think you can handle it. Can you handle it or not? No,
Yeah, I just wanted to ask an interesting one actually for both of you. You can agree on it or disagree. If you had to pick one of the current Arsenal players to come and join the Invincibles, they don't replace anyone. But if you had to pick one of the current Arsenal players to come and join the Invincible squad, who would you pick out and why?
Well, I think the player of the season for Arsenal has been Declan Rice, and as much as. Because I was like a backup midfielder for the Invincibles, so that will probably put me down the pegging order a little bit.
Never.
So I shouldn't say Declan Rice, really. But I think Declan Rice has really stepped up, and when he come from West Ham, you know, it's a big step up. You don't realise how big from West Ham to Arsenal. Pressure. No, pressure-wise, it's a lot bigger. It's a little bit like Raya. I mean, what he's done, because you can lose 3-0 against when you're playing for Brentford. You can't lose 3-0 against when you're playing for Arsenal. So he's done well as well. Don't get me wrong. But if I had to pick one player, we had Bergkamp, Henry, so you can't pick no forwards. Odegaard, I love Odegaard. He's been brilliant. Probably the only one I'll pick who would make a difference probably would be Ashley Cole. Going into this team.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So you've remixed it.
No, I like what he's done there.
Okay.
Actually, Cole, if he'd left back for Arsenal today, we probably would have won the league by now.
That's not a bad shout.
Okay, we go back to the what your question
The original
was.
question.
We got Saliba, we got Gabriel, Carlo Torre, he's been brilliant, wasn't he, that year?
Just remember, they're not replacing any of these guys.
I love Lauren. Lauren was unbelievable. Ben White's done a great job this year. If I had to pick one...
All of them.
And look, what's the question?
on form.
I'm trying to waste time.
Listen, come on, who are you picking?
I'll go Declan Rice.
Declan Rice.
No, he has done well. But you know, it's difficult when you... It's quite easy now to get into that team. Because the team, before we become invincible, they have won before. Before, you know, and then the season when I arrived, 2002 or 3, we lost the league, you know, in the last final games, which was very heartbreak for us. But through that defeat, we bounced back. And this is what make, you know, the difference when you have some disappointment, you know, just how you bounce back when something wrong happened. And we did that. And but you know, obviously, you know, when I look to the team, it's nice to see the way they play. With Declan, it's been amazing. Martinelli, Saka, you know, on the centre back, very solid. Well, I agree. So, we can have Declan, but I love Saka as well.
Okay, yeah, two great players.
But listen, they have to work very hard to get into that team.
Yeah, very hard indeed, that's for sure. Well, listen, just because we're short of time, guys, we're going to have to wrap up. But thank you so much for coming in. Ray Parlour, Gilberto, absolute legends. Well done. Lovely to see the boys.
Love it.
Absolute legends, part of a legendary team as well.
It must be such a fun day for them sort of to have a little bit of a reunion. And not everyone's here today, but a lot of the boys are back. It's a great anniversary. You know, 20th anniversary is, you know, it's a great milestone, and it's nice symmetry. If it was to be our day today, you know, 20 years on, it would be absolutely perfect, wouldn't it? With those boys in the house as well. Yeah. Ray's he's determined to have a good day.
Yeah, I think he already is, to be fair. Loads of our supporters are having a good day as well. Nicole Holliday's been out and about with the question of the day.
Yes, I am here in the sunshine with our question of the day. And look, it's the final game of the Premier League season, so there can only be one question. What has been your favourite moment of the season? Let's go. Hello. Oh, you're so cute. Can I ask you, what has been your favourite moment of the season so far?
Kai Havertz scoring a header.
Did you cheer? Did you go crazy?
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. Hello, guys. Our question of the day: favourite moment of the season. I know there's been so many. Do you have one that stands out? Yeah.
The goal against Man United with Jesus when he made Dallo slip.
And do you feel like you will remember that forever?
Maybe.
I love the honesty. Not a yes, it's a maybe. Hopefully we'll make some more memories for you here today. What about you?
So my favourite moment was the Martinelli goal against City. The whole stadium went crazy and everybody loved how we beat City. It was brilliant.
Were you here? Have you been to quite a few games this season?
We have a season ticket, so it's brilliant to just come to Arsenal as much as we can and to represent the club as much.
And dare I ask, how are you feeling today? You're confident? You're going to be very honest with me, aren't you?
Anxious.
Oh, anxious. I love that you know that word. That is exactly how I feel. But hopefully we can make you smile. Thank you so much, boys. I love that. Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Are you feeling all right?
Can't wait.
Yeah? Oh, you're buzzing. Are you a bit nervous, no?
Nervous for what?
Oh, I love the confidence. Right, our question of the day. What's been your favourite moment of the season so far?
Hearing the Champions League anthem for the first time. 100%.
Okay, so, wait, have you been to Emirates before? Is this your first time?
I live in Australia, so it's my first time. It's awesome.
This is your first game, and it is the final game of the season where we could win the Premier League.
Where we will win the Premier League.
I need to find you if that happens, and we need to have a little dance, because that would be amazing. What about you? Is it your first time here as well?
No, I haven't been in 15 years, but I'm back home. So, fantastic. Thank you.
I love that. And have you got a favourite moment of the season?
It's got to be Declan Rice against United. And after that, pretty much anything Declan Rice. He's been a baller.
Absolutely. We all love Declan. Thank you so much. Enjoy the game, and we better get that win just for you. Hello. Can I ask you, favourite moment of the season? Hopefully it will be today, right? But up until now?
It's got to be Kai Havertz scoring 2 goals against his former club when we beat Chelsea 5-0.
Were you here for that?
Yeah, I was here. It was a spectacular moment.
Did you party? Did you dance? Did you go wild?
Yes, I did.
And how are you feeling today?
Well, anything can happen, so Only time will tell.
Oh, okay, I like that. Calm, collective, fair enough. I'm feeling more confident than that. Right, guys, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nicole. With the question of the day there, the players are imminent behind you, Clarke. We've got the flags on the pitch. The North Bank flags are waving as well. It's looking pretty nice out there. Right, let's get straight into key man.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Kai Havertz. I think that he's playing up top today. His movement's been unbelievable this season. He's a man in form. He's scoring. He's assisting. I think today could, it feels like it could be Kai's day to shine once again. So yeah, with no Saka, I think that he's going to be a key man for us.
Yeah, right, let's sink our teeth into a stat trick, because the teams are in the tunnel.
Here we go. Look, we've lost just one of our last 27 Premier League home games against Everton. We do have a very, very good record against the Toffees here. No side have lost their final Premier League game in the season more than Everton, 14. Obviously, we've won the most as well with 22. And this is interesting. Obviously, Opta Super Commuter, we like to know what they think. They only give us a 15.9% chance of being champions at 6 o'clock tonight. We'll take that, right? 16% chance that we'll be champions come final whistle. Maybe at half-time, the odds might be a little bit better. Let's hope so.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, it could be a very, very special day. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, right, let's quickly have a look at the Breakdown Live FPL standings. You can see here, second place for me. Come on, come on.
I'm pleased for you. I'm pleased for you.
Hey, don't forget that.
He's unplayable. Yeah, look, I'm playing a different sport, really. Yeah.
Forget that. Yeah, Roebuck there, last place, but
it's traditional that comes last, isn't it?
It's the history of the Roebuck, as they say. Right.
This is it, mate.
Yeah, as the pyros are firing off behind you. The flags are waving. It's a big day and a big game field, Clarke.
I'm so excited. Look, let's enjoy the game. Let's win it. Let's put on a show for the supporters, and hope that West Ham United do us a favour at the Etihad. It could be a really special day. But even if we don't win a title, it can still be a really great day, because this has been a fantastic season.
Yeah, right. Clarke, thank you very much. We'll be back at half-time, of course. But now we are heading towards the final game here at Emirates Stadium, the final home game of what has been an incredible season, and calling it for us, Nigel Winterburn. But first, Dan Roebuck, all yours.
Many thanks, Nick. Many thanks, Adrian, and to everyone upstairs. This is a season to remember. Whatever happens, Arsenal have gone toe-to-toe with Manchester City throughout the year. The relentless nature of the Premier League has been unforgiving, but the Gunners have stood tall. If Mikel Arteta's side falls short, it is not down to commitment or quality. From the first whistle in August to the last full-time call today, sure, there have been some bumps in the road, but Arsenal have been brilliant and deserve their shot at the title. And if it does not come today, it is coming. This Arsenal vintage is here to stay for the final time this term. You're with Dan Roebuck alongside me, Nigel Winterburn. Nigel, it is a real pleasure to be here today. Arsenal have battled and scrapped and fought over the course of the last 10 months of the 23-24 campaign. Yes, we're outsiders to lift that trophy today, but there's no doubt that Mikel Arteta's side deserve to be in the position they are today.
So consistent throughout.